Virgin River spent a long period at the top of Netflix's top 10 list, but it seems that time is now past. Keep Breathing, the new program that had been lingering in second place, has suddenly surpassed it for the top slot as of today. Here is what we know about the Virgin River's details. Let's take a look at the Virgin River's tumble from the Netflix ranks. Fans of Virgin River, however, need not worry. Season 5 was not only picked up a long time ago, but it's already beginning to shoot as of this week, so fans won't have to wait all that long to see the tale continue. Virgin River is unlike most other Netflix material, and it seems like it would be more at home on Lifetime or the CW. Yet, it has become a top performer for the site. While it isn't winning any accolades or changing any pop culture landscapes, it is the kind of middle-of-the-road smash that will help Netflix develop a backbone of solid, casual programming as it continues to lose third-party offers. Keep Breathing is a weird effort, a 6-episode series with just 30 to 40-minute episodes for a total length of slightly over 3.5 hours. It is receiving poor reviews from both fans and reviewers. It gets a 38% rating from critics and a 46% rating from consumers on Rotten Tomatoes, so it's unclear who is watching, liking, and recommending it. When we see this happen with both poor reviewer and audience ratings, the series usually does not survive long in the top slot, since good word of mouth, particularly for a new series, is required to keep it there. We witnessed this most recently with Resident Evil Season 1, which received a 52% critical rating and an almost record-low 26% viewership rating. Curiosity catapulted it to the top spot for a few days, but it was quickly dethroned by Stranger Things and has fallen drastically down the list since. A second season has not yet been approved by Netflix. What do the cast members have to say about the impending 5th season of Virgin River? Martin Henderson, who portrays Jack on Virgin River, predicts a juicy shock in Season 5 when it is discovered that he is not the father of Charmaine's unborn twins. "I know who the writer had in mind, but I haven't seen it written," he told Glamour. "You can't count plot lines till they're hatched here. This one I heard is extremely really good. Delicious." Instagram content has been imported. Their website may have the same or comparable information. Mel Monroe actress Alexandra Breckenridge announced the Season 5 production delay in January 2022. "We were scheduled to start in March, but I have no clue," she said on Instagram stories. "I'm hoping to get started this summer. Summer in Vancouver would be ideal. I'm done with winter photography in Vancouver. Never again. Cold. Not great while wearing sandals and summer clothing outdoors." In 2022, Colin Lawrence, who portrays Preacher, told Cosmopolitan UK, "Season 5 shooting will begin in a few weeks. I'm missing the cast. Filmmaking is like a big happy family. When we're done, everyone returns to their regular life. We are all global citizens. We do, however, communicate." Martin revealed on Instagram in July 2022 that filming has begun. "Jack has returned. It's nice to be Jack again on day 1 of #Virgin River Season 5. Season 4 starts tomorrow." Will the program Virgin River return for a 5th season? The 4th season has just recently been accessible, but the ending wants replies as quickly as feasible. Sue Tenney handed up the reins of the Virgin River television series at the start of the 5th season after serving as showrunner for the first 4 seasons. When Tenney left to pursue other opportunities, the business hired Smith, who had previously worked with Netflix on Dolly Parton's anthology series Heartstrings and served as an executive producer on Greek and Chasing Life. When Tenney departed the firm, Smith was brought on board. Virgin River, on the other hand, is gaining speed and popularity at a time when most long-running television programs would be losing steam. Smith, who was a fan of the show before joining the cast, is unsurprised by its success, given that it is headed by Alexandra Breckenridge and Martin Henderson. Since construction on the next season began in July 2022, it seems unlikely that we will see anything until the following year, 2023. Following the previous pattern, the first season was made available for purchase in December 2019, the second in November 2020, and the third in July 2021. The 4th season was released in July of 2022. That has to imply that we'll receive another one the following year, right? We're putting all of our eggs in the summer of 2023 basket. Keeping this in mind, how about we look at some program-related rumors? Who will be in the forthcoming 5th season of Virgin River? Fans are hoping that the core cast, which includes Mel, Alexandra Breckenridge, Jack, Martin Henderson, John, Colin Lawrence, Charmaine, Lauren Hammersley, Hope, Annette O'Toole, and Doc, Tim Matheson, will return for Season 5. We regret that we are unable to share any information on the characters who will appear in the next episode. Then there are the recurring characters, such as Brady, played by Benjamin Hollingsworth, and Joey, played by Jenny Cooper, as well as Bree, played by Zibby Allen, Ricky, played by Grayson Maxwell, and Mark, Daniel Gillies. And who knows, maybe some new blood may be added as well. Moving on, Dune tops the foreign box office with a $77 million cume. Dune grossed $26.3 million at the worldwide box office in its second weekend. Despite behind Shang-Chi's $27.3 million in international earnings, it was the weekend's top foreign earner. The total decline was just 32%, with like-for-like comparisons ahead of Tenet plus 12%, Black Widow plus 49%, Shang-Chi plus 64%, Blade Runner 2049 plus 73%, and Godzilla vs. Kong plus 87%. It declined by 12% in Holland, 17% in Denmark, 22% in Finland, and 23% in Germany. Denis Villeneuve's $165 million million sci-fi actioner has made a promising $76.5 million in a little under 2 weeks in overseas release. As Venom, Let There Be Carnage, and No Time to Die debut next week, Warner Brothers and Legendary are far from ready to burst corks or announce sequels. I may start searching for organic, grass-fed crow at Trader Joe's. To begin with, if Dune grosses substantially more than Blade Runner 2049's $167 million globally, it's already 46% there. Its domestic total will be far less noteworthy. Dune will be published during No Time to Die's third weekend and Halloween Kills' second weekend. If it's as front-loaded as Halloween, $159 million off a $77 million start, it'll be a non-entity by the second or third weekend. Because it will air concurrently on Peacock, it may be even more of a for-the-fans event, which is understandable considering that it is a $15 million slasher sequel. A more challenging problem is addressed in the James Bond flick. Both are 2.5-hour PG-13 action fantasies intended toward adults, but 007 is the trusted escapism brand. Despite its lackluster performance, Spectre made $881 million worldwide. In late 2018, Venom grossed $854 million. So what are your thoughts on the matter? Finally, Shang-Chi box office. Marvel film earns $360 million worldwide. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings review remained at number 1 for the fourth and probably last weekend. If Venom, Let There Be Carnage had been released on September 24th, Shang-Chi would have won 3 weekends. Ranking is usually arbitrary, depending on schedule or calendar inconsistencies. Shang-Chi outperformed Dear Evan Hansen, $7.5 million, but its $13.3 million fourth weekend sales and 38% dip were more significant, assuming weekend 4 isn't Thanksgiving or Memorial Day. In 24 days, the Simu Liu, Awkwafina, Tony Leung picture grossed $196.5 million. The martial arts fantasy actioner has surpassed Black Widow, $183.5 million. It surpassed the box office totals of The Incredible Hulk, $132 million in 2008, Captain America, $176 million in 2011, Ant-Man, $180 million in 2015, and Thor, $181 million in 2011. It might gross $225 to $235 million domestically if it avoids Venom 2, October 1st, No Time to Die, October 8th, Halloween Kills, October 15th, and Dune, October 22nd. The Incredible Spider-Man 2, $203 million in 2014, Thor: The Dark World, $206 million in 2013, X2, $214 million in 2003, Venom, $214 million in 2018, and Ant-Man and the Wasp, $216 million in 2018, will all be outperformed. Logan, $227 million in 2017, Doctor Strange, $232 million in 2016, X-Men Days of Future Past, $233 million in 2014, and X-Men The Last Stand, $234 million in 2006, are among the films that have made the most money. If it's close, Disney will keep it in theaters long enough to overtake Doctor Strange, but pre-release buzz from Eternals, November 6th, will give it a boost, as we saw with Black Panther, before Avengers Infinity War, and Captain Marvel, prior to Avengers Endgame. Shang-Chi may not have performed as well as the MCU Origin Tales, which brought in $700 million in 2018 and $426 million in 2019. Well, that marks the end of our video for today. We hope you liked it. On your way out, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.